Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again with another Transformers Prime reaction for you guys. This is Season 1, Episode 10, and I really like this title quite a bit. Deus Ex Machina. What does that title mean? I have no clue, but I'm really curious about it. Last episode, Convoy, Episode 9, it was okay, but I did say in that review, and I was thinking more on it as I finished the episode and everything and finished the video, that it's a decent episode. Of course, Clancy Brown is voicing the human villain. But what I said was that, yeah, it's not a great episode, but the implication, the introduction, if you will, that there's more threats than just the Decepticons. Because that's all we've seen pretty much up to this point, and now we have human threats. And so that's something they could start incorporating more, and I think they will, based on how they end the episode and everything. I think they're implying there's going to be more than just robotic threats like the Decepticons. So there's other things potentially they could be doing within the show, which I think is interesting, because the way Optimus Prime was talking about it, it's like the same language that the human villain, I forget his name, but Clancy Brown was voicing him. Like, I forget what, I was thinking like Silas or something. Maybe it was, I don't know. But when he was talking, Optimus says, I heard the same speech basically from Megatron. So it's like this is a thing that could pretty much be said by anybody or anything, is pretty much what he's saying. So there's other threats potentially we can see within the show. So without further ado, let's get into this episode. Let's see what they show us, guys. It seems like the new way we're recording is working so far. Hope we're not jinxing it, but so far so good. So let's dive in. Let's continue, guys. Deus Ex Machina. Let's go. It's getting down.
Did the tension end early?
Did for me. Step on it, bulkhead!
Oh, amigo. I'm supposed to be your guardian, not your getaway car.
Exactly.
You can't just cut detention. If you fail high school, you can't go to,
whatever you want to do. Yeah.
They may speak a different language, but you say the same things.
Because we want the best for you.
I love breaking stuff. I want to be just like you, Bulk.
It's not what he's meaning.
Ancient Greece, huh? Oh, field trip.
Starscream, I'm still picking bugs out of my grill.
Why, any self-respecting Decepticon would choose automobile as his vehicle mode.
Lord Megatron requires a laboratory assist.
Might say that.
So, what are we doing in Greckoville?
It's just them there?
Energon. You're doing research for your history report. According to my scanner, humans hit Energon veins. And they don't
Not
even
good.
know it. That's Cybertronian.
Oh.
Sadly,
I've done plenty of body work, Starscream, but I'm
But maybe
better
this
at
is-
breaking them than fixing them.
Why would ancient Greeks paint an Energon harvester?
Because they
You know
found
what that
it?
brown thing is? You're smarter than you let on.
Oh,
Breakdown.
breakdown.
Miss me?
Oh, come on.
People stay down.
Holy shit. Alright, I'm down for a fight. Let's go. Oh,
Hope the pretty picture wasn't too important.
it was interesting, and they destroyed it.
Got us a picture of the picture.
Good.
An Energon harvester.
And they found it back then.
Tool created by the ancients.
If the harvester removes energon from anything, and you all have energon pumping inside you,
How can the cons find the harvester without the fresco?
With high-speed
True.
internet?
If you do an image search for Greek god and
Contact Agent Fowler.
We gotta get into that building now.
You've reached Special Agent William Fowler.
I do not wish to break human law.
But we
But
had to
once
get
the
it.
Decepticons learn of the harvester's location,
We're small enough to sneak in, and
I knew
we're
they
not
were gonna
government
volunteer
secret.
themselves.
the more time we
Yeah.
give the Decepticons.
So they gotta go now.
it's harvest time.
Confirm position.
It's not suspicious at all that a bunch of vehicles just show up to an empty museum.
Once you secure the harvester, I will contact
Something's gonna
Ratchet
go
to
wrong.
bring you back to base.
Imagine a guard saw that, like, what?
Opa.
Oh wow. Let's start there, okay. I was wondering why they had that. Now it makes sense. There's... Okay. Realistically, that phone thing shouldn't work, but whatever.
You're real heavy duty. Just like my friend here.
Oh, they're not even... Ooh. That's fucked up.
They got Optimus.
You might want to hurry or do something. Okay, all of this like jumping around shit should alert the guards or something. Now the alarm goes off. How did you not hear any of that? Watch your back. Okay, good. Oh.
What's up?
Not RC.
It's Soundwave.
That was fast. I don't know how, like, they got it off camera, whatever, I guess.
Miko may be detained, but she is safe from harm.
Well, not really. They could come back and, yeah.
I was researching my history report. I just lost track of time and got locked in here after closing.
Starscream will not hesitate to turn the Harvester on any one of us.
Yep.
Bulkhead.
Bulkhead, I needed that.
I am so dumb.
So
No, you're
how are we
not.
going to
Come
help Miko?
on. Don't do
By
that.
returning this replica to the museum.
The Harvester isn't the only thing we found at those ruins.
I'm sorry.
Starscream's not dumb.
Oh. What? What did he do? What did he do exactly to deserve this?
Those ancient Autobots never missed a trick, Lord Starscream.
Yeah, Lord Starscream. Yeah, this device is too powerful. Oh, he's just gonna run up. Oh. Okay, I'm about to say, you gonna duck or something? Ooh, slow-mo. No, no. What? How's he doing this?
I do best.
Yeah, he's weak as fuck. Holy crap. Oh, damn. Okay, thank you for saving the day. Come on.
Fight.
Drive.
Full of Deus Ex Machina.
Deus Ex Machina.
God from the machine. It's that part in Greek story. Can't wait to finish my history report. I'm gonna
Oh,
write
sure.
all about how the Autobots interacted with ancient civilizations.
And there you guys have it, and that was episode 10, Deus Ex Machina. And overall, just like last week's episode, it was decent. It was a Miko and Bulkhead kind of centric episode, which is fine. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because I get it, because you have 3 human main characters, you have the Autobots, you have Decepticons, you also have to, incorporate into the mix pretty much every episode in some capacity, because it felt like in last episode where we had human, villains and a threat, they still had to find a way to have Decepticons kind of in the episode somewhat. But I think the device they introduced, which Bulkhead destroys, because he mentions, I'm good at breaking things. He literally breaks the device. It's able to take Energon from anything, which means, as we saw, Starscream used it on some random Decepticon, which I was questioning, like, what did he do exactly? Because he's just absorbing it from that Decepticon and killed him. I'm pretty sure he killed him. Yeah. And he uses it on Bulkhead. And Bulkhead somehow, since I guess he has so much Energon, I don't know for sure, he's able to fight back and push through and actually destroy the device. Now, I guess it's just kind of implied that Bulkhead's fine now, because at the end he picks up Miko from the museum and everything. It's fine. So I guess Energon restores itself over time, or I guess the device exploded in the air. I don't know if the Energon went anywhere or whatever. Like, he was pretty much not in good shape at the end of the episode, but I guess he's okay now. So whatever. The opening of the episode pretty much told me immediately this was going to be a Miko-centric episode, or at least she was going to feature a lot in the episode, because it opens with her in a detention, and then she sees Bulkhead drive up, and then she just runs out and whatever, and then that's it. And he's trying to be a parent, like Bulkhead is. He's trying to be a parent, and we've seen RC do this as well with Jack, or is it Jake? I get those names mixed up. But we see that where they're trying to be helpful and give advice, and Miko's not really listening to Bulkhead. Like, Miko just wants to go crazy and listen to rock and everything, because he was Bulkhead was blasting some sort of song, and she just wants to have fun and destroy shit and all that. And ultimately Bulkhead's like, yeah, but you shouldn't leave your detention, you had a history report, all that. So they were incorporating history elements, which I will get to that in a second, that I thought was really fascinating that they did. But Bulkhead's trying to give advice and Miko's not really listening. It is what it is. They introduced 2 new Decepticons, Knockout and something else. Like, I saw the credits, I'm like, oh, okay. Because ultimately, I was just like, okay, like, it's two new characters that were probably going to pop up from time to time. At least that's my assumption. But it's not really like they made really a big impact in the show. It just felt like we needed to have another big Decepticon kind of built kind of like Bulkhead to fight in the scene where they transport to Greece or whatever, and there's that mural painting, which I'll get to in a second, why I think it's really fascinating. So we had to fight like that, and then we had another character that's really good at, I guess, specialty of like destroying things or whatever, and they were looking at Megatron, and he's like, well, I don't know if I can really help, but they were looking at that device, which is really OP, of getting Energon and potentially transferring that to Megatron. I guess that was kind of the idea they had, at least for that device that they found, the one they were all talking about in the episode. The painting, I thought it was fascinating that they, in Greece, in, you know, ancient time, the ancients, or whatever, as said, the ancients, like in terms of the Transformers or the, you know, Autobots, you know, whatever, they had these devices, and they found it back in the day. They had found one of these devices, and I thought it was really cool to have that as a kind of a painting, a mural, because like it really changed your fundamental thinking of the history of this world. That at one point back in the day, so long ago, that they had found a device. They found that device. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. They tried to do the same kind of concept with the Michael Bay Transformers films, where I think it was Last Night had showed where during the medieval era there was Transformers somehow involved. Like, I remember seeing that film, but like it's like I really try to wipe from memory because it was horrible. But I remember like that was something that was in the marketing and in the film, is like, okay, I think even there was like Merlin or something, but like back in like medieval era there was Transformers around in some capacity. So the idea of like throughout history there was some sort of connection to, versus it still just being all modern day stuff. They were trying to do all that. So that was interesting. Cool. You know, like, oh, a little bit of a history thing going on here. So I always find that fascinating when it comes to lore within concepts of IP like this, to where I think it really expands upon the world that they're building, because it's not just all recent stuff that's happening. It's like there's been some sort of connection to Cybertron and Earth for quite some time, you know. It's just really interesting. So overall, like I said, the episode's decent. It's not amazing. I feel like, how do I say this? It feels like, at least for me, the Darkness Rising 5-part kind of intro to the show, I felt, even though there were some low points, definitely I think some of the better stuff we've seen from the show. I think once we got past that, it's been kind of, at least for me, not great. But it's also not terrible, but it's not great either. I'm still enjoying the show, and I think over time I'm going to appreciate the show even more so, because I'm still getting used to these characters. I'm still trying to piece together exactly what they're trying to do with the show, because I felt there was literally a beginning and ending to the arc of Darkness Rising, and here I'm seeing some seeds being planted in terms of the human villain that they introduced last week, and that kind of concept of human villain. So there's more so than just Decepticons, and we're seeing more so of more Decepticons and more characters involved in that side. And we're even, of course, seeing, you know, Autobots as well, like different characters popping up, and just seeing the connection both sides and everything. So I'm seeing what they're trying to do. I just don't know if it's really like hitting me to go, this is awesome. It's like it's good, you know. It has some moments, but overall, it could be worse. It could be bad. So I appreciate what the show's trying to do. The human characters are still not really clicking for me. Like, I just feel like I don't know. I wonder how the show would be if the kids were not there. And I remember you guys were commenting this back during the Darkness Rising part, saying the kids are going to grow on you over time. Well, we're now a number of weeks after the Darkness Rising parts, and I'm still just, do we really need these human characters? Like, I get it because they needed them to break into the museum. Like, there's certain things, and of course when he had like those, I forget what they call it, but the little like bots that were eating like everything and all that stuff, and eating living metal and all that, and they were like the worst thing of Cybertron's ever seen or whatever. Little cute things told the teeth come out, the razors, razor sharp teeth. Like they were helpful in that aspect, but I feel like they had to write certain things only the kids can do because they're there. Like they've been introduced. You have to write stories that have to incorporate how they can be helpful and all that, right? So I wonder how the show would be if we didn't have these characters. Like if we had human characters in terms of like General Fowler and some other maybe human characters, and not kids in high school. Like Raph feels like he's in middle school, but apparently he's in high school. I have no idea. But point I'm making is I wonder how the show would be if we didn't have the human kids. How would it be? How would it be different? I think obviously it would be different, but how so, and would it be better is my question. Don't know. So overall, pretty solid episode. I'm curious to see where we go from here, guys. And yeah. I mean, you know, just voicing my opinion. I understand, you know, people just expect, like, at least not everybody, but there's certain people that expect people who react on YouTube to just be positive 100% of the time and just be no criticism whatsoever. That's not me. You know, I'm just going to speak my mind. I'm still going to continue to watch the show unless I get to a point where I feel like I just don't really have a feeling to continue. But for right now, I'm still enjoying the ride and seeing what they're doing with the show. So I'm going to continue, of course. So no worries on that front. If I ever get to that point where I'm questioning the future of the show, I will let you know. The reason why I was questioning it earlier, not because of myself, but because of the YouTube issues. But anyways, I'm done talking. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.